guys, hello again. We are referring now to the modern period. Let's say that we're going to discuss modern and then postmodern, but I guess that the video about postmodern is going to be much shorter than this one because we're going to present most of the most relevant characteristics of this period in here, and we will see that in postmodernism we are going to be uh, using certain elements of the ones that we have in modernism here. So one more time, if you can be so kind and verify while I'm talking the PowerPoint presentation that you have already, and go into the slide number 113, right? Well, this period is roughly located between 1915 and 1945, which calls the attention because that is almost exactly the period of the two world wars, right? The Great War, the initial one that was called that way, the Great War, because nobody thought, sorry, that after the ending of that one, something so horrible that left many people dead, that created such amount of destruction, starvation, and let's say misery, could repeat again. That is why it was called the Great War. Nevertheless, we humans never cease to amaze ourselves in all sorts of negative ways. So eventually came World War II, and that Great War stopped being called the Great War to be called World War One. So people were tremendously disenchanted after the wars. Of course, it's not the first time that we have a conflict at a great scale, but it was probably the first time that was so massively transmitted, that people had availability to the information, that suffer firsthand the bombings, the loss of let's say loved ones, relatives, the loss of territories, well, all sorts of things, which was a terrible coup for let's say the regular people, and of course the people in art, in literature, in different expressions of let's say communication. um, Remember that we come from very elevated previous periods, right? So if we consider, for example, Renaissance, if we consider, for example, neoclassical and the reason, all these different things that were supposed to be guarantee of advancing, of evolution as a society, of being able to evolve and let's say